What's up, reefers? This is Ash, and welcome back to my channel and to my innovative marine 50 gallon. Today is day 15 since I started my cycle, so it's exactly 2 weeks plus 1 day. And as of this morning, I have tested my ammonia, my nitrites are both 0, and my nitrates came to 10 parts per million. Now, to tell you the truth, I think my tank was cycled a week after when I started the cycle. The reason being, I started the cycle with Secant Stability, which is the bacterial boost to your tank, and I added live rock from my existing system, which is matured as well from 6 years. So if you can see right at the back there, that's a piece. This one is a big piece right here. So quite a few live rock, live rock that I added to my tank. And I guess that assisted in cycling the tank. But again, at the end of the first week, when I tested my ammonia and nitrites level, they all came out 0, and the nitrates were 5. So the thought is, if you see nitrates, your tank is pretty much cycle. When I say cycle, in the sense it's the first stage, of the nitrogen cycle you have passed, because you still the cycle never ends in this aquarium. Every time your fish poos, every time you feed the fish, the cycle constantly goes on. The bacteria constantly processes ammonia into nitrite to nitrate, and then the nitrate is taken out either by water changes or by NOPOX or any other additive that you might use. So what I did last week, because I was not able to capture the first ammonia spike in the first week, last week on Tuesday I went ahead and bought pure ammonia without the surfactant and without any smell. So it has to be 100% pure from Home Hardware here. The brand that I use was from Old Country, and I dosed, maybe I would say, around 3 to 5 ml, until I saw within 15 minutes I was able to see the ammonia on the API test kit came up to between 2 to 4 parts per million. Again, this is that's based on the coloration. So what I did was, as soon as I was able to capture the ammonia onto the test, I was knowing that okay, now I do have ammonia, and we'll just monitor now how long it takes for the ammonia to vanish or to go down to 0. So I kept on testing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and as of Monday morning, when I tested, the ammonia came down to 0, and then I tested the nitrites and they were 0 as well, and the nitrates were at 10 parts per million. So that tells me that the bacteria has colonized enough to convert between 2 to 4 parts per million into 0 in my tank. So I did the first water change on the system, because now you have to bring the nitrates down. I also added the GFO reactor to try and bring down my phosphates. So if you can see, I am using the hang on the back GFO reactor here, the 2 little fishes 150, which fits perfectly. And so yeah, that's pretty much what I did, and very excited to see how the tank matures. I also added yesterday, after the water change, 16 ounce of Copepods. Right now it's hard to capture, but these guys are all over my glass. It's so tiny that you can't see, but when I'm looking at at the glass with the naked eye, I am able to see them crawling all over. So that's great. The tank has started on phase number 2, which is let it mature slowly and steadily, and then I should be able to add some livestock. For now, just to test, I have added a small frag of Zoa there, and it has already opened up, so that's a great sign. And a couple of pieces of Montes, which were struggling into my frag tank, but we'll see how it goes. If this recovers, then I know that the tank is on the right path. So I never had the lights on on during my life, during cycling my tank on the phase 1. So I never saw diatoms into the tank yet, but I know they are coming sooner or later. So the part of the reason why I had done the cycling without the lights is to control the algae outbreak. So we'll see. For now, I'm going to turn on the lights for a little shorter period for the corals that I put it in, and we'll see. We'll monitor how the progress is. Uh, in terms of the skimmer haven't broken yet. It's still well, I guess it's broken now, but it's just foaming because there is nothing inside for it to pull out yet. I just added the coral yesterday, so no fish, nothing. So we'll see how it goes. And sooner or later I'm going to be introducing a Cheeto reactor. I'm going to be using the same two little fishes reactor and converting it into a DIY mode, or I can always use the second chamber and make that into a refugium. But we'll see how that goes. So that's pretty much it, guys. The update on the innovative marine. The tank has completed the first phase of the cycle, and we are on to the second phase where I want to add some coral, some livestock. I am planning to add a purple tank in this tank. I've always wanted to have one purple tank, and since this is a new system, I might be able to get a small little 2 inches purple tank, which should keep the algae at bay. So that's pretty much it. I'll be monitoring how these corals do, and if I see good signs, if I see these guys recovering. As you can see, they were bleaching out onto my frac tank because of the high phosphates. So I'll monitor them very closely, and I'll see how it goes. If I see these guys coming back, I think everything should be good to go then. The overall parameters, my calcium is at 450, alkalinity is close to 8.6, the PO4 was 0.07, so I know the phosphates are a bit high, but that's expected in a new tank. The nitrates were at 10, and my magnesium is at 1440. Salinity and everything is within the range 1.0 to 50 to 6. So pretty excited. Because I do not have a live fish in here to generate ammonia for the bacteria, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be supplementing 1 ml probably every day of the pure ammonia I have, so the bacteria that's in here will have something to survive. Anyways, it's a long video, so my apology for making such a long video. This is just the first video of the cycle, and thanks for hanging around with me. We'll mature with this tank together. If you want to hit the like and subscribe button, and once again, thanks for stepping by.